my name is Janet.
And I'm Jenica. We are 11th graders from Bintang Mulia High School, Bandung.
Welcome to our presentation of the extended abstract entitled Kampau Oil. The year 2022 was full of challenges for people of Indonesia. Besides continuing to fight against the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the scarcity of cooking oil haunted the entire country. The situation caused concerns among the people, considering that cooking oil is a staple in daily life.
Indonesia is currently the third largest producer of cocoa bean waste in the world. Cocoa bean production in Indonesia reaches tons per year and also produces tons of cocoa bean waste per year. Based on data, the high amount of cocoa bean waste combined with river tamarind waste, which is wasted due to suboptimal utilization.
According to Amironas 2003, cocoa bean contains cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin. Nuraini and Mahato also stated that cocoa bean contains crude protein, crude fiber, fat, and DETF.
Furthermore, cocoa bean waste and river tamarind could be processed into alternative vegetable oil during the vegetable oil crisis in Indonesia by looking at its potential. Since the use of cocoa bean and river tamarind here, Kampau oil contains quercetin and ferrous compounds, which have many health benefits for us.
I would like to shift focus now to our methodology of making Kampau oil. First, prepare the equipments and materials needed. Second, dry the cocoa beans and river tamarind in the sun or 80 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes until it's dried and easy to grind. Then grind them. Moving on, mix the two processed powders and add distilled water with ratio of 2:1 solvent to the waste powders. Next, heat using a magnetic stirrer until the water evaporates and the oil extracted. Last, sift the oil until it reaches room temperature, then filter the residue.
Next, we need to consider the purification process of Kampau oil. Heat 150 ml of Kampau oil sample, then add 1 spoonful of activated charcoal while stirring and heating, then cool it for 6 hours and filter the sample using filter paper. After that, reheat the filtered sample until it reaches a temperature of 90 degrees Celsius. Finally, mix 50 grams of bleaching earth powder into the warm sample while stirring and let it sit for 24 hours.
In the testing of flavonoid compounds, researchers use chromatography method. Generally, there are many solvent options. Researchers use both alcohol and potassium hydroxide solvents.
The Kampau oil content testing. In the oil content testing, there is vitamin E, which is commonly found in cooking oil. Here is how it works. Pour 20 ml of the oil sample into the measuring glass, then add 5 drops of alcohol, mix nitric acid into the solution, then stir until evenly distributed. After mixing, heat the solution at a temperature of 75 degrees Celsius until the initially yellow color changes to orange.
Finally, I'll go on to talk about testing the quality oil based on oil quality standards in Indonesia. There are 2 things to consider. First, the determination of water content in oil samples is done using the gravimetric method. Here's how it works. Weigh the porcelain crucible until constant weight is obtained. Then, weigh 2 grams of the cooking oil sample and place it in the crucible. Next, heat the crucible with the oil sample in the oven at a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius until the weight of the oil becomes constant. After the heating and drying process, weigh the crucible again to determine the reduced mass of water. The calculation formula used is as follows.
Second, in the testing of FFA content, the titration method was used with a standard solution of potassium hydroxide. The oil sample is mixed with alcohol to ensure solubility and facilitate the reaction with the alkaline base for easy titration. High levels of FFA can be caused by high water content as well.
We have explained how the methodology is done, so now we can come to the next point, which is result and analysis. First, we obtain 200 milliliters sample of dirty oil before the bleaching earth process. After the bleaching earth process, we obtain 50 milliliters clean vegetable oil.
Second is the Kampau oil content testing. Kampau oil is positive for containing flavonoid compounds based on the paper chromatography testing method. It has an RF value of 0.641 in alcohol solvent and an RF value of 0.578 in potassium hydroxide solvent. Moreover, Kampau oil is positive for containing vitamin E. Third is the result of testing on the quality of Kampau oil based on the oil quality standard in Indonesia. The water content test result for Kampau oil show a water content of 0.2%, which exceeds the requirement set by SNI of 0.15%. Further research is needed to determine the water content in Kampau oil.
The determination of water content is done using the heating method to evaporate the water present in the oil. Heating is done using an oven at a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius until a constant mass is obtained. High water content in the oil will decrease its quality and cause it to have a rancid odor.
On the other hand, the FFA test result for Kampau oil show a value of 0.25%, which is close to the requirement set by SNI of 0.3%. The determination of FAA is done using the titration method.
Finally, we will go on to talk about our conclusions and future work on compound oil. To conclude, the cocoa waste with river tamarind extract contains fat that can be further processed into alternative cooking oil. This oil has been tested and claimed to contain beneficial compounds such as quercetin, kaempferol, and vitamin E, which are good for health. Additionally, the alternative vegetable oil is almost in line with the standards for vegetable cooking oil in Indonesia. It can be used in the daily lives of Indonesian people and serve as an alternative solution to address the scarcity of vegetable oil in Indonesia. It has a water content of 0.2%, SNI requires 0.15%, and a FFA level of 0.254%, SNI requires 0.3%.